Dear students, today we will see vouchers. In the last class, I explained what the vouchers are and types of vouchers. And today we will see all the predefined accounting vouchers in Tally. And the first one is contra voucher. And the shortcut key for the contra voucher is F4 function key. This voucher is used to transfer funds between cash and bank accounts. And the meaning of contra is internal adjustment. And remember, in contra, we can adjust our cash and our bank accounts. It may be a cash to cash, or it may be a bank to bank, cash to bank, or bank to cash. There are 4 modes. Okay. Cash to cash, cash to bank to cash, bank to bank transactions can be achieved by using contra voucher. And here we can see some examples. Cash deposited into bank. Then cash, there will be a credit for business cash, and for the bank account, debit. Cash withdrawals from bank. Then bank account credit, cash account debit. Fund transfer between 2 bank accounts. Then one bank account credit, another bank account debit. Fund transfer between 2 cash accounts. That is cash to petty cash, or sometime maybe petty cash to cash. As you know, small amount of cash for short duration, we will call it as a petty cash. Example. NBC, maybe for example, one institution name, NBC deposits rupees 5,000 in 2 banks, 1,400 in SBI and 3,600 in IDBI bank. Then the contra voucher entry will look as follows. Debit SBI 1,400 debit. Debit IDBI bank 3,600 debit, then the credit to cash 5,000. Okay, so that means both are bank accounts. On the debit side and credit side there is a cash. That means bank cash to bank type of transaction it is. Next one is payment voucher. And the shortcut key is F5. Okay, in the accounting voucher screen, by pressing F5 function key, we can activate payment voucher, or maybe by pressing payment button. This voucher is used to record all payments you make through cash or bank account. That means on the credit side must be cash or bank, and debit side there may be some expenses or anything. We can see what all things we can take. Maybe towards expenses. Maybe you can take expenses. Maybe for example, salary paid, commission paid, or maybe rent paid, telephone bill paid, interest paid. If it is by bank or cash, we can take it as payment. Purchases which are not meant for sale. Maybe asset purchase. Maybe you are purchasing on mobile for office purpose. Then mobile is one asset. Then that asset account debit, cash or bank account credit. Payments to trade creditor or proprietor. Maybe you are paying amount to creditors. You have purchased items or assets on credit. Afterwards, maybe you are making the payment. That time we will take it as a payment. Payments to proprietor. Payments to proprietor. That means payments to owner of a business. Then what we can take? Then maybe for example, drawings account. Owner will take that amount for his purpose. But as per accounting rule, proprietor and the business are two different entities. So we have to maintain the accounts of both separately. So that's why drawings account we will take as a capital account, and for that we will take debit, and cash or bank account credit, and we will take it as a payment. We are paying amount to another party. In that sense, we are taking for drawings payment, we will take it as a payment voucher. We'll see one example. IGI paid rupees 600 in cash and rupees 400 through check to Vivekanand Press towards printing and stationery. Then the payment voucher will look like this way. So, Vivekanand Press, we will not take this one, since if you take Vivekanand Press, then taking it as an expense is not possible, since Vivekanand Press is a one firm, and the firm will not come under expense side as per the rule. And we will take it as a printing and stationery, since printing and stationery is related to business. So printing and stationery debit 1000 and credit to cash 600, credit to bank 400. Okay, and this type of entry we will call it as a payment. All payment voucher must have at least one credit to cash or bank account, that you have to remember. Third one is receipt voucher, and the shortcut key is F6. This voucher is used to record all receipts into cash or bank account. That means the amount received in business, we can take it as a receipt voucher, and the common modes are cash or check received through indirect income. Maybe, for example, fees received. It may be a service oriented business. Then fees received, interest received, or maybe commission received. These all things we will take it as a indirect income, and that voucher we will take it as a receipt. Amount received by selling assets or investments. Maybe, for example, you have one bike, motorbike, and you are selling that motorbike as a second-hand goods. Then we can take that motorbike account as credit, and that cash, whatever cash comes, that we can take it as a debit. And this is one type of receipt voucher. That means when we are selling assets, we will take it as a receipt voucher. Selling investments, maybe you have shares of one company, you are selling that shares and taking cash or check, that also we will take it as a receipt voucher. Amount received from trade debtors. Maybe you have the customers. You have sold some items or goods on credit, and you are taking the amount in the form of cash, maybe in future. That we will take it as a receipt. Amount received from proprietor. Maybe the proprietor will make the investment as a capital in the business. That investment we will take it as a receipt. Okay. For example, we'll see one example. Commission received from Kiran rupees 500 cash. Then cash comes in, so debit to cash and credit to income, that is commission received. Okay, and this is nominal account and this is a real account. As per the real account rule, debit what comes in, and as per the nominal account rule, credit the income or gain. Next is journal voucher. The journal voucher is to record non-cash transactions related to assets. Okay, but remember, in new tally, even in the journal voucher we can take cash, but earlier tally that was not the case. And by referring that, we can say that the journal voucher is to record non-cash transactions related to assets and it is used like adjustment voucher. What that adjustment voucher is? Assets, as you know, maybe you are purchasing one computer for office, that we can take it as a journal if it is on credit. If it is on cash, you can take it as a payment. Adjustment voucher. Adjustment voucher, sometime some part has to be adjusted as discount, as commission. Then we can take it as a journal. If the cash is not in the transaction, that all things we will take it as a adjustment voucher, and that may be a journal. All amounts to be adjusted between two accounts are passed as a journal. The adjustment means that no physical movements of funds takes place. The journal vouchers are of three types. Pure journal, that we will say by pressing F7. Pure journal. It is adjustment between two or more ledgers. Example, loss by theft, loss by fire, goods taken by the proprietor, free samples given as advertisement. These things we will take it as a pure journal, F7. Okay. Then second one in the journal, credit note, and the shortcut key is Control F8. Okay. Credit note is a written document useful when the buyer is overcharged. Seller sends credit note. When the buyer is overcharged, then there may be a credit note. Maybe, for example, make the assumption you are one shopkeeper and I am a dealer. Maybe you have ordered 10,000 rupees items to me. Okay, then the transaction may be 10,000 rupees debit for the shopkeeper and 10,000 rupees credit in my account. Okay. Afterwards, I came to know like I have taken maybe 1,000 rupees extra from the party, maybe from you. Then I have to return that amount, 1,000 rupees. And that returning process, I can take it as a credit note. And remember, credit note is related to debtors. Even credit note is used for the sales return. That's why the shortcut key is Control plus F8. As you know, F8 is a shortcut key for the sales. And Control plus F8 is credit note. That is sales return account debit, party account credit. Even for the sales return, we will use credit note. Then the next one is debit note. Even this is a journal. Journal means non-cash transaction. Control F9. And this is return document useful when the buyer is undercharged. Seller sends debit note. Maybe you have charged less amount for the customer, then the customer is undercharged. Then buyer returns goods to the seller. Then for that purpose also we will take the same thing. Seller sends a debit note. Debit note is related to creditors. As I said, credit note is related to customer. Debit note is related to creditors. And in the creditors account, that will be debit, and for the customer account there will be a credit. And even for the purchase return, we will take the same debit note. Okay, purchase return account credit and party account debit. Maybe for example, if I am the customer, I will send a purchase return, that is debit note, and I will intimate that creditor I am returning some goods, maybe which are defective. Then purchase return account credit party account debit. Since creditor means when he sends the items, there will be a credit, and debit to party, and when he returns, party account debit and purchase return account credit. Okay, so it will be a reversed process. Remember, credit note is for the sales return, debit note is for the purchase return. And we will see demo on all these vouchers. Now we have the company, my college. Now in that we will select accounting vouchers. Now the contra voucher. Contra voucher we can activate by pressing F4, this button, or maybe by pressing F4 from the keyboard. Okay, and when I press F4 on the credit side, first it shows the credit in the contra. Okay, first it shows the credit. On credit side, maybe I can take cash, or we have created one shortcut C, that also you can take cash. Now credit to cash account. Okay, but the cash is not there. So to generate that one, I will do one thing. First we will go for receipt. Credit to capital account. How we can create a capital account? So I will go to that process. Accounts info, ledgers, create my capital account. Under capital account. Okay, I'll save this one. Now we will take in accounting vouchers, receipt, my capital account credit, we will take 50,000, debit to cash 50,000. Even you can write narration being invested to start a business. Okay. Now first entry we have made. Now we have a cash. We can go for contra F4. And for that purpose, we can take credit to cash. Maybe I want to deposit 5,000 rupees to bank. Debit. But the bank account is not there. For that, even from the voucher entry screen, we can create a bank account by pressing Alt C. Alt C is to create a voucher in the voucher entry screen. Alt C. Okay, then create SBI bank account under bank account. Okay. Now SBI bank account debit being cash deposited into bank. Okay. This is one contra entry. We can save by pressing enter. Okay, got the idea? On one side our cash and another side our bank account. And this is called contra, internal adjustment. Enter. Second one. Now we will go for payment. Okay. For the payment, we can press payment button. Now the payment is active. Now we can take the debit. Okay. Maybe the debit side accounts we can take in the payment. Now again I'll press Alt C to create a ledger. I will take like salary paid or maybe the rent deposit paid. And the rent deposit comes under deposits since it is a asset. Then debit maybe 5,000 rupees and credit to cash 5,000 rupees being rent deposit paid to the building owner. Okay. Enter. Okay. Even you can change the date at any time. Now maybe I want to change the date. Press F2. F2 is to change the date. Press F2 and take maybe 3. Enter. Now enter. So payment voucher is over. Even we will do one more. To go back we can press escape. Accounts info, ledgers, create. We will take one more ledger called refreshments. Refreshments account under indirect expense. Indirect expense. Now refreshments is created. Go to accounting vouchers. Press F5, that is payment, already it's active. Take refreshments on debit side. Take the amount. Maybe for example 200 rupees. Credit to cash. Being paid to Madhuvan for the tea and masala dosa. Okay, and so in this way we can enter payment vouchers. Next we will see one more payment voucher. Maybe I want to purchase a mobile. Okay, I'll take Alt C, mobile account, under fixed asset, mobile account debit 6,000 and credit to party. I will take one party. Credit to party. I will take party as mobile zone. Okay. Then sundry creditor. Okay. Now I'll try to save this one. So it's not possible to save and it is showing error, no cash or bank account credited. That means it is a non-cash transaction. There is no cash on debit side, no cash or bank on credit side. So any one side there must be a cash or bank. Then only we can take payment or receipt. Now in this case, we have not paid the amount to VAS mobile zone to the creditor. So taking payment is not possible. And for that we will go for journal, that is F7. Okay, journal mobile account, and we can see now it will accept the data since it is a non-cash transaction related to asset. So accepted. Okay, got the idea? Now one more concept. Journal is used for adjustment entries. Maybe you will go to VAS mobile to pay the amount. Then VAS mobile zone 6,000 rupees is pending, but he will take only 5,800 and he will leave that 200 rupees as a discount at the time of payment. Now maybe we'll take the date as 5,800 rupees debit and credit to cash 5,800 rupees. And here we can see 200 credit is remaining in VAS mobile zone. Okay, we will press enter now. Now, if you see the balance sheet, you can see in the mobile account there is 6,000, but in the sundry creditor 200 rupees is pending with was mobile June. That means you have to pay 200 rupees. But payment of 200 rupees is not necessary since he told it as a discount. Then entering that account entry is necessary. So for that purpose, accounting vouchers, again we will take journal. Okay. And this was mobile zone debit since we are adjusting was mobile zone, that is creditor, with 200 rupees, and he is a creditor, we have to make the debit entry on account and credit to discount received. You have to create that ledger. Alt C, discount received under indirect income. Okay, now even you can enter it here. Took the advantage of mobile payment discount. Enter. So now we can see in the balance sheet with sundry creditor, no amount is pending. But in the profit and loss account, in indirect income, there is 200 rupees. Okay. This type of entries, we will call it as a adjustments. We have adjusted discount, okay, which is taken from the creditor to the discount received of our account. This for that purpose we need journal voucher. Thank you students. In the next class we will see other concepts. Thank you. God bless you.